Hello, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Greyhawk channel. I am your DM, Leonie, for the next couple of hours. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We're going to shake things up a little bit today, because we've only got a few more sessions left. And I feel like doing something different, and I haven't prepared my players for this, so they're going to be like super happy. But before we get into all of that, we have some people to thank. Firstly, we need to thank you, our wonderful viewers, patrons, and of course subscribers. Without you, none of this would be possible. For you help the Greyhawk channel run, and the summer season is coming to an end. And soon the autumn season will be upon us. And without your subscriptions and donations, there wouldn't be an autumn season practically, because you help us run our streams. Next we would like to thank Roll20, because pretty much nearly all the games on the Greyhawk channel are powered by Roll20. Basically the world's leading free tabletop, what do you call it? Simulator, I guess, simulator. And yes, they support us, so thank you to them. We also would like to thank Heroic Maps, our official battle map sponsor. You can check out their library of more than 300 maps out on Drive-Thru RPG. Next, we would like to thank Tabletop Loot. If you are a Clack Clack Mathrock collector like myself, you can get your Clack Clack Mathrocks from them. All you need to do is go to the website, choose some Clack Clack Mathrocks, go to checkout where it says coupon code, type in Greyhawk, that's capital G for golf, capital H for hotel, and get 15% off, so you can buy more Clack Clack Mathrocks and have a collection like me. I have so many. And anyone that's a patron or subscriber, come join our Discord, because you need to come join our Discord anyway. That's where all the fun happens. And there's a little special bit that you can go and get some coupon codes, where you can get some discounts for rootink.com and Cantrip Candles. Just join and shout, hey, I need to be added to the special coupon code place, and I'm sure they'll sort you out. So, without further ado, we're going to go around the table. I'd like everyone to introduce themselves and tell us who you're playing. But additionally, I would like to get into the headspace of your character. What is your character thinking at the moment? And the last person to touch their nose will be the person that goes first. I'm sorry, that was you, Diveris. So you are first.
Hello everyone, name's Diveris. When I'm not here, I play a human called Mike. And I believe we were in the middle of the woods currently after hunting down a shadowy figure. And we captured, or freed, depending on your perspective, an individual named Wolfgar, a gentleman thief of sorts. So right now, Diveris is really kind of trying to figure out what meaningful connection, if any, Wolfgar has to the rest of Gratz's plans, possibly to Vecna, or if he's just kind of a vagrant third party himself. Also, Diveris knows in the back of his mind that the agreement with Gratz of staying out of each other's ways is coming to a close, and he has no goddamn idea what they're gonna do when that agreement ends. So, as per usual, Diveris is lost, and he will look to his companions to take the wheel, or the reins.
Awesome, thank you. And the next person that's the last person to touch the nose will go next. Oh, that was you, Con.
What is you with your ninja nose touching the skull? I almost poked my eye out last time. But hello, I'm playing Con, and it's almost as if they've been lost in their own head the last couple sessions, like they weren't even here. But from what I do know, I think Karn is just ready to take stock of information and try to figure out what the heck is going on. They're tired of it. They may be becoming a bit unhinged at this moment.
We,
Gonna be real.
we like unhinged, we do.
Her.
Okay, and Bash.
Okay, so here's a tip that I learned back in elementary school. Anytime you hear anyone say the last, you just touch your nose. It doesn't matter what they say. The last person to, touch their ear, it usually is the nose. And so anytime you hear the last, you go up, and then you usually win, because usually being the last is the worst. At least according to my parents, who really wanted me to succeed and have a fear of failure my entire life. Anyway, hello everybody, how are you? I'm great. Mentally sound here on this end of the country. Hello, I'm playing Bash. And Bash right now is stripped down to nothing because they were swimming and having a good time forgetting about how manic they were a session or two ago. And then, of course, we had to find more orcs. And now the one-track mind of Bash is hunt, find secrets about Gratz or Vecna, who cares, and leave and get out. Bash is very much into the protection of the group, which is why she likes to leave them alone in the middle of the woods by themselves and go hunt with her new ward companion. Orcs that seem strong without a lot of her protection. But that's on her mind right now is get, stab, information. Each one of those punctuated by a period as a whole single thought. So yeah, that's hopefully what's going to happen.
Awesome. Brilliant. And you will notice that there is a weird animated loop of our dear Arafor going on down in the bottom right. Arafor lives in Japan, in case you didn't notice. Or if you haven't watched a previous episode. And today is a special festival. I forget what the festival is, but there we go. There's a special festival, and he's off enjoying himself. So he will be back next week. So for now, just enjoy the animated GIF, like they're there. Like they're there. We can pretend in spirit. Okay, so a quick recap. Yes, as our party members have described, they kind of hit a brick wall. Oh god, they thought, nearly everything is controlled in this city by grants. Dear me. Which is pretty surprising, really, given that this city is on a continuous 24-hour loop. How did he get so embedded in this city of Vecna, the city of Fleef? And they decided that, you know what, it's just time to let their hair down, especially since there seems to be no assassins. Yeah, the orc army is coming, but they know from previous loops that the army can hold the walls as long as they're not poisoned. And they do know that orcs will infiltrate the city via the sewers, but they followed up all the leads that they knew they could have and didn't find what they needed. So they were just like, we're just gonna blow off some steam. And they found a quite little bit of beach. Went fishing. Put the sounds of war behind them. And just tried to reset and reflect. That was until they saw a suspicious shadowy figure stepping out of the sewers and leaving outside of the city walls in the river. They followed them, to which they found very strange, very strong orc assassins who were practically invisible to them. Having found most of their companions defeated, the supposed leader, they were slightly more fancier than the others, bigger, different colour, you know, the usual signs of a leader figure. They tossed their captive towards them, a gentleman thief named Wolfgar. And while Bash on the back of her fine mastiff steed, we will jump to Khan and Iveris, who are currently with Wolfgar. You stand there in silence.
I will look at Karn and do the whole like, you, me, you, me.
You can start. Intimidation.
Oh boy, you know me, I'm intimidating. Good sir, Wolfgar. Do we know his name by now?
He said in the beginning, I am Wolfgar, gentleman thief.
Okay,
Then he did
I'm
his
good.
little gentleman thief cockney dance.
Oh boy, you're awfully jaunty so late in the afternoon.
Which is what you also said to him last time as well.
Is it really?
Yes! I watched it just before I started getting ready.
Tavares is nothing if not consistently cantankerous. Simmer down. So, I take it these weren't your friends.
Now I can't remember what voice I did for Wolfgar. It's right, let me just tap into my inner cockney. What friends will that be then?
The orcs? How'd you get all wrangled up with them?
Well, what you see here is I heard the army was on its way. I thought, you know, let's get out of Dodge. Because I'm a little bit whoa, a little bit way, a little bit... I'm a bit of a geezer, you see. And wars just don't do it for me. It's not good for business.
And what business do you run?
Well, you know, if it ain't nailed down, then I'll steal it.
How are you?
Connor, we're working with a man of integrity here.
Not sure about man of integrity, but still a thief.
He's a thief, but he's honest about it.
He's a thief, but he's honest about it. Does that really count?
It does for me.
Okay, well. What do we... You're going to turn to the gentleman thief. So you're telling me the only reason you're out here is because you were trying to get away from the...
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then you got caught by the thing you were trying to get away from. Stop agreeing with everything I'm saying.
But that's what happened.
I don't know why I do not believe you.
Well, they were all like rough and gruff, right? And they were like, how do we get in the city? And I was like, I don't know, but they didn't believe that. So then they started to threaten to cut off my toes. And I kind of need my toes. I got quite nice feet, you see.
I don't want to see your feet. It's fine.
Alright, well, they threatened to cut off my toes. So I told them, through the sewers.
Around what time did you try to leave?
Very good question. Let me just get up my table, because actually it's been updated, my document.
Ooh.
Thank you very much, the creator of this module. Just gonna get out my time zones. I tried to get out the city. 8 o'clock.
Okay. How long did it take you to get caught?
I don't know, 8:30.
If you had to guess. 8:30? Thank you. Is that Eastern or Pacific time?
Fuck off. Don't play me like
I love
that.
you. I love you.
Don't.
All right. I'm going to turn back to Tiberius and go, please tell me you're writing any of this down.
Every word.
Okay.
So Wolfgar, the way I see it is, you got caught, we saved you, so you're in debt to us.
Mm-hmm.
And you can easily repay that debt by introducing us to your associates at the Thieves Market Guild headquarters.
The Thieves Market.
You see, I'm not really friends with the Thieves Guild.
Of course not. Of course not. That would be too easy.
But do you know where the market is?
Yeah, I know where the market is. That's where, I shift all my stuff.
Can you take us there?
I mean, I am indebted to you, and trust me, I'm so grateful. You have no idea. But
Insight check. That's not gonna cut it. I got a 7. No, 6.
this guy looks too stupid to be dishonest.
Well, I like him.
But, I mean, you can hear that, right? Right. Anyone in their right mind would be getting the hell out of this sea.
What don't we know that you know?
Army, orcs.
No, we know that part. We mean, how did you hear about that?
Well, word travels fast in the black market.
What? Stop with the dancing. And I'm going to pick him up so he kind of dangles in the air.
Fair enough.
just stop that. Is it just going to be straight? Do I have to roll something? Do I have to...
No, you can just pick him up. He's a short little stout lad.
Okay, yeah, he's just in the air now. I'm just like in his face. Again, it's been maybe like 5 rotations since I put my hair over my horns. It's all there. Yeah, that's the weirdest confidence right now. It's like, okay, stop. Be serious for 5 seconds. It's just like shaking him. You're going to take us where we need to go, and you're not going to play any games, or I swear. Huh.
She does swear a lot. I could vouch for that.
Well, so did my mum. I don't really mind it,
Just puts my arm out and drops him. Help. Someone help me. Is this what Bash feels like? All the time? Oh.
Probably. Now, all right, Wolfgar. Simple yes or no. Will you take us to the thieves' headquarters?
Yeah, you see this? Right. You see this?
I'm bracing myself.
Right. There's a really big army coming.
Yeah.
They got giants. They got a wyvern.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't about playing with that.
Yeah, okay. I understand.
So I can tell you how to get there, but I'm leaving. And if you had any sense, you'd be leaving too.
Well, we don't, so we aren't.
Mm-mm. He has to take us. If he could give us directions to anywhere.
No, I'm a man of my word. I'm a gentleman thief. I only take from the rich.
Those words don't go together.
I never tell a lie. On my mum's life. Bless her heart. May she rest in peace.
What do you know anything about the House of Pleasure, or those who worship there?
Oh, you mean the brothel? Yeah. So,
Yeah, but like really know about it.
It's like, have you been there? Do you
Like-
know people?
Have you met the Prince
what prince?
of Pleasure, Gratz?
Can't say I have. Not heard, no prince. But the brothel, right? They get
Yeah.
up to some really weird stuff. Like, if you know the passwords, you can order anything you want. Anything. And I guess some people are into that kind of, kind of stuff. I just like it traditional, but yeah. Pretty much everyone goes. It's the biggest brothel in the place, to be honest.
Do you believe in fate or destiny, Wolfgar?
Well, if I believed in fate and destiny, I wouldn't be a thief now, would I?
You might if you thought it was your destiny to become the world's greatest thief.
No.
but-
I just, I just want to feed myself. I
Well, do you
I
believe
I grew up by myself after
Then-
my mum passed.
do you believe in petty revenge?
I do.
Then believe this. Give us that map, and if it's wrong, we will come back and we will make things right. Whether you're aware of it or not.
Are you threatening me?
No, I'll sweeten the deal for you. I can make you invisible for 1 hour, which will facilitate you getting out of this city.
All right. I like the sound of that. We have a deal. Give me a piece of paper.
Done.
And he draws you a map. And not only does he draw you a map, he also shows you these symbols. Kind of like thieves' camp symbols. And basically the trick of finding the black market is follow the symbols. He basically gives you directions to the first symbol, but not the rest of the way. Basically, whatever way the symbol's facing is the way to go. You gotta keep an eye out for them. Alright? Now, come on, make me invisible.
Khan, anything? Anything else?
What did I say?
Just like you are here.
Yeah, exactly like that. Perfect. Thank you.
Is there anything else that we want to know, or is there anything else I can add to this deal?
Anything else we want to know? I think we've added plenty.
Have you noticed a lot more people going to the brothel lately?
You see, when I go there, I don't exactly go there to see
Hey,
who
to
else
pay attention
goes.
to who else is there.
Yeah. No, me and you, I feel like we got to understand.
Like you said, word travels fast after your.
But you know what? I have noticed there's a lot more people coming to the black market. Even the mages.
Really?
Yeah, it's well busy down there. It may as well be the normal market. It's like barely secret. Ugh.
Yeah, you're not wrong. He just kind of looks down at their map.
So,
All right.
so we good? We square?
I think we are actually.
I love it. The black market has become gentrified. Yes, completely. Like, they now sell avocado toast, and there's a sign in the black market that also says the meatiest meat-free sausages, which is an actual sign I saw in London in Shoreditch, by the way. So if you ever go, that's where all the hipsters live, in Shoreditch. So if you ever go to London and you either want to avoid hipsters or see them in their natural habitat, go to Shoreditch. Or avoid them, depending on you. Anyway, carry on, Khan.
Thank you. I actually think we are squared away. We're gonna start. You should turn him invisible before we leave.
Okay. I will make eye contact with Karn, look at them, and just go, Bash would be so proud of us, and go, as I exhale smoke and then wrap it around Wolfgar, and he gradually disappears from sight.
All right. Khan, you feel a pinch on your bottom.
Those two words don't go together.
Before you hear rustling in the bushes, and our gentleman thief, Wolfgar, has left.
Can I say, with all of the interaction that we've had, that I would have kind of caught this guy's scent now?
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll find him.
Bucket list.
Right? Yeah, add it to the bucket list.
Also known as the fuck it list.
Well, you have the map now, so you could always just come back another loop and kill him.
Is that right? I know what time he's going to enter the woods, around what time he gets caught. I know exactly where he's going to be. Hey, can you turn me invisible for just for a second? And then all the... Patty.
I love it. Cool.
Invisible bees!
Meanwhile,
I wonder what Bash is up to.
Transition.
1 minute, I can actually do that. 1 minute.
Ooh.
Okay.
Come on, Star Wipe.
Here.
Star White.
It wasn't Star Wipe, it was more like Sparkle Gold Glitter. Bash. What's he doing?
Dancing. I mean, it was just in the woods. What? Star Wipe. I definitely wouldn't have actually murdered that Wolfgar guy after he pinched butts. I mean, I would have, is what I'm saying, as I would have killed him. But... So, me and my ward companion, Zabrinth, are hunting down the remainder or the leader or the toughest, goofiest looking orc that decided to run away.
Okay, so Zabrinth has the scent. Are you riding them?
No, I don't think so. I think Bash doesn't ride other creatures. I think they run alongside them.
And today we're using this lovely blue set that I got for free from Died Hard Dice. So I'm just going to do a couple of rolls. That's for them. And can you please roll for me a survival check for Zabrinth?
Do you want Zabrinth or me?
No, Zabrinth, because they are sniffing. Okay. They are sniffing them out. They have their scent.
Right. Okay, cool.
I'm quite sure there's a skill there. Do they get advantage with it?
Yeah, they get advantage. Yeah, on perception, dealing with smell, and then.
Okay, we'll perception check them.
Yep. All right. So let me just roll this here. Ooh, 23.
Yeah, they rolled a 10 to try and master that. It doesn't take you long. And Zabrinth's moving speed is twice as fast as yours. So they, you're following behind. You see them just ahead. They disappear, leap over a bush, into a
Fallen
clearing.
rock. Yep.
And the next thing you hear is growling, tearing, and screaming. I would like Zabranth to roll me some damage, please.
Okay. To hit or just damage?
Just damage.
Okay, so 2d6 plus 3. All right.
Where is my master? Oh, there they are. And they had...
All right, 12 damage.
Okay. We're not going to roll initiative for this. So you enter the forest clearing and you see your large undead purple mastiff just absolutely tearing into this orc. It has them by the leg.
I don't know how mechanical you want to get, because technically it knocks them prone on a strength check.
They're on the ground, don't worry.
Okay, all right, cool. I just wasn't sure if that needed to be...
No. Yeah, they're on the ground. I mean, dog has their leg. It's pulling.
Right.
It's big. They're not.
Sure. Okay. So Bash, like, leaps over the bushes that the growling came from and sort of, like, hero poses with the sword out to their side and, like, looks at this orc and, like, stands up and starts walking towards them, dragging the swords, like, in the dirt behind them, and walks up to where they are and is like, well, hello, we meet again. And will then take the sword and pretty much stab it into, like, their shoulder, intentionally not trying to kill them, but, like, intimidate them with pain if they allow, if they're stuck on the ground, like, wiggling around, and just sort of, like, pinning them there.
Okay, you can, you will hit automatically, but roll me some damage.
No, I don't, but I...
You've still pierced them in the shoulder.
It's true. I don't want to kill them, but...
Okay, that's fine.
Sometimes you can't help it. All right, 10 damage.
Okay, it's all right. They got a lot of HP. Not that much, but enough.
Not 10, though. Oh, no.
It's more than 10, don't worry. And as you do this, they cry out. And they're trying to stop wriggling, but Zabranth has them by the leg, and they're doing that.
Yeah.
That's my best dog impression, by the way.
It was fantastic.
Thank you. Although we could probably get a real dog doing some pulling.
Yeah, but the real dog would be too happy, I feel like, and not angry enough. It would just be like, pet me some more, please.
And they're trying to keep still with this blade in their shoulder and now thing. And they say to you, call it off.
I feel like for that to happen, there needs to be an equal exchange. Information for freedom.
You have me pinned by a sword. Call it off.
And so I think Bash, like, with the sword, like, stuck in them, like, also then steps on the arm, like, with their foot, and then is like, Zabranth, heal. And then Zabranth will
obey
if they choose to, just sort of, like, worry the leg a little bit and then, like, let it go and sort of sit next to them.
Growling, snarling.
Yeah.
More bloody, foamy, and drooly. Your orc is very still.
And so Bash, like, crouches down, still, like, sort of standing on a leg and kind of, like, wiggling the sword a little bit so you never actually... And gets really close to their face and is like, what did you want with the human? Now, that Wolfgar was a human, right?
Yes.
Insert race, whatever it was. I wasn't sure, but human was what I assumed. Okay.
Human is correct. You will. The only non-humans in this city is you.
Are us, yes. But who knows? Maybe that's why Wolfgar is such a gentleman, is because he's also an Azamar.
I will check the notes.
Anyway. Bash thinks they're human, so yeah, what did you want the human for? And just kind of like uncomfortably close.
Oh, someone at the door. Sorry, bear with me.
It's all right. The orc isn't, so Bash has to kind of work him over a little bit. Maybe have Xanth now on the other leg. What else? Chop up. If there's any oozing blood, Bash might lick it. You know, I mean, there's just lots of things you can do to intimidate. But being a dragonborn, hanging out in a city full of humans, you get a taste for their flesh and blood. You can murder them all.
Sorry about that, guys. That was the rest of my PC parts.
I guess it's an orc's blood would be different flavor than humans, though. So, welcome back.
Thank you. The same thing you want from me.
Right, information. I get that, but what kind of information did you want from him?
We wanted to know if there was another way into the city.
Which way do you already know of?
Through the gates and through the sewers.
Okay, so when we explored the sewers before, did we ever make it to a place where we knew their entrance was? I mean, we know that there's the forest entrance, but we never actually went there, right?
No, you didn't. You went to the House of Pleasure instead.
Sure. We followed the orcs into the middle of the town instead of following where they had bet. Okay. And so Bash is like, right, so there's an entrance in this forest. Where is it? Into the sewer, I mean.
It is just south of here, marked by a strange rock that looks like an eagle.
Okay. Do I waste a spell to cast Zone of Truth? I feel like it's not important enough for Bash to think about it. Bash thinks they're intimidating enough. If you need me to roll a check for insight, I will.
If you want to insight check them, that's really down to you.
I know. But does Bash really think? No. Bash instead believes them. South. Okay. Excuse me while I write this down. Okay.
No,
So there's an entrance to the south with a rock shaped like an eagle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And so Bash then is going to intimidate them further by sort of, what would they do? I think it's kind of like clawed hand reaching and putting like their finger underneath the chin and like making them make eye contact with her and just kind of like flicking the chin with the fingernail so it bleeds and like a little bit of skin like pops up. And she says, I don't have to assure you that if you tell me a lie, things will end poorly for you.
It does not matter.
Why doesn't it matter? And for that, okay, I've renegotiated with myself in my brain. We are going to cast Zone of Truth because this is important. Because I may ask them about if they know about the loop, or what are the generals like? Do you know them personally? Are they your best friends?
Okay.
What are their weaknesses? Do they like wine? Anyway.
So we're casting Zone of Truth, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth. Yeah.
What's your spell DC?
15.
You...
And I do know if they.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also a paladin. I know how this.
I know. I'm sorry. I always forget, but I don't say it for your benefit. I say it for mine so that I say it out loud and remember in my brain. It's not about you. It's about me. I apologize.
You know that they can lie to you.
Okay, cool.
They rolled a 17, but their charisma is -1. Should I change into the die that you like?
Oh no, it's fine. All right.
I don't know where that one is at the moment.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, Bash tries not to portray on their face that they're a little bit let down, that they wasted a spell slot on something that doesn't work. Do they know that you passed? Or is it just me that knows that they passed? Well, I guess they could just lie.
Yeah,
and then
they can just lie there. They're not compelled to tell the truth.
Right, okay. I was just like, can I convince them that they are in a zone of truth and they have to tell me the truth somehow? Anyway. So yeah.
So why does it matter?
Why doesn't it matter?
Because Gorkan Blackscar will already know where that entrance is, and you are doomed.
Are you aware that your army and this city are forever stuck in an endless loop of time, and that it doesn't matter on a level beyond your very comprehension or of Gorkan Blackscar's comprehension?
What do you mean?
How many times do you think we've had this conversation? Hundreds. How many times have your orcs thrown themselves against the walls? Hundreds. Thousands of times they've pillaged and rampaged through the city or been thrown back by the guards. This place is under the control of someone more powerful than your warlords. Someone who dares to attempt to scale the mountains and become and displace Gromish. Do you understand?
Okay, I need you to roll me a deception check. And the reason why I'm asking for a deception is because you said about the conversation.
No, I know.
Being hundreds. I just wanted to explain because the rest was truth.
Yeah, I know. Come on. What is it? 16.
Okay.
Please. Hello, I'm very charismatic.
If we have had this conversation before, you would know why it isn't important. If we have had this conversation before, you would know where the entrance is.
The entrance doesn't concern me. And neither does why you don't think this is important. I was hoping that this time, maybe, you were more aware than the last and understood that we've talked before. That your orcs have captured Wolfgar the Thief before, and that your hordes have run amok through the sewers and come out. And so Bash then describes like everything that they've seen of the orcs, trying to make it seem like important information that how would they know about it? But again, I don't know if this is another deception roll or...
What were you trying to achieve with this?
So right now, what I'm trying to achieve is that I want this orc to think that what Bash is saying is credible and be more open to telling them information than they would have before.
Then I would say roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. and then I will hopefully be done. 22.
Yeah, cool.
I don't want to take too much more time away from the rest of everybody else. Splitting the party is always such a bad idea when it comes to stuff like this.
Indeed.
All right. Look, I thought I was just going to stab him and walk away, but instead, all right. So,
What are these?
Gork and Black Scar, who are the other warlords? And so I'm just going to go through the questions. I don't know, because I kind of feel self-conscious about role-playing this out for too long.
Okay, cool. So, if you want to speed things up.
Yeah, just because I want the party to get back together.
Yeah, no problem. So, the orc tells you the following information. The orc army has 3 enslaved hill giants at their disposal. So I'm reading all the notes.
If this is one of those...
There is only one more chief, Gorkan.
Oh.
He has his sword brothers, who don't have names. And each one controls one arm of the army. And you have seen these arms of the army: the cavalry, the foot soldiers, and the ranged units. And they will not rest until the city is leveled.
And so that's the last question that I ask is the obsession with leveling the city. Orcs, sure, will like burn and pillage places, blah blah blah, but like all the orcs have been very clear about not resting until everything is burned to the ground in this town. And it's like, why?
And this orc captive that you have explains that Vecna is an affront to life and the world, and they will not rest until he is wiped from the face of it.
Oh no, the sword is going to change sides and hang out with this guy instead. It's like, yes.
You get a feeling with the sword that it would really like this Gork and Black Scar, and that perhaps you should help the orcs take the city.
Okay. All right, here we go. Vecna is the true reason. Okay, here. Okay, cool. And so, Bash like leans in and looks. And what's their name? This orc. Can it just like rando name Geno? Orc Mick Scruffison is fine.
Orc.
Yeah.
Right, this is why we have Xanathars.
Porky.
Okay. This is why we have the gnome, halfling, elf, half orc.
Bloody bloods.
Their name is LaBlash.
Okay.
LABLASH. Sorry, that was me hitting my dice draw.
That's fine. All right. And okay, let's find one personal piece of information, and then I'll be done.
Okay, just one more thing.
Yeah. No, sorry. I'm just like, in the future, if I ever see LeBlash again, I'll be like, and your brood mate Magner, the barbarian horde chieftain who loved you, but you turned away because you wanted to be in the army instead, and your heart is forever broken, and Vecna is the reason that you want. Anyway. Sorry, that's me making lots of backstory for this one character.
You can totally give this orc a backstory if you want.
Okay, anyway. So, once he has the secret bit of information, he then just, Bash just, looks at him and is like, Labash, until we see each other again, rest. And then, like, slashes their throat and, like, walks back to the rest of their party.
Okay. You are now back together.
Finally. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to.
Don't
So
be
Bash,
sorry
like,
for having a character moment.
I know. So Bash, you guys are. I don't know if you're still in the clearing or if you're like wandering around in the woods looking for Bash. But Bash kind of.
You come across them and Karn is still like touching their butt. They're like,
So yeah, like out of the brush in front of you comes like the warg, um, and then off to the side comes Bash, sort of like again, still kind of carrying the sword, like limp armed and like wandering towards you. And it's just like, okay, I caught up with them. I learned as much as I could. What did you find out from Wolfgar?
we found out we have a map to the thieves market, and we found out that he's pinchy. That's what we found out. And
His
This is
father
a
was a
terrible.
crab.
This is a terrible map. I don't know why. Whoever drew this is atrocious.
By the way, Bash, you'll notice that the entrance is a very crudely drawn, like, winged thing with a beak.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And he's like, so Bash goes, oh, I see. Yes, the orc, Lablash. He told me of the entrance into the sewers / black market was near a rock shaped like. Does this look like an eagle to you? It looks more like a pelican, but who knows?
I thought that was a crow.
I don't. It has wings. It could be anything. A devil, maybe. I really, until they standardize really like education systems in Fleeth, I feel like we're all going to suffer from interpretation.
Yeah, it's fine. But we also found out that a lot more people have been going to the black market. We're trying to figure out who or what has more of a stake in this than we originally thought. It seems like it's going to just keep being fully integrated every day. Like,
I wonder if Gratz is having his minions buy things that they need for whatever crappy plans he has for this whole town. And then Bass kind of like looks off to the side and is like, fine, and like looks at the sword and she's like, okay. Also, the Sword of Cass would like you to know that the orcs hate Vecna, which we kind of already knew, and that we might want to join forces with the orcs to destroy the entire town. And that might help us escape. I don't know how, but the sword's like, keep doing Vecna.
okay, well, they want to destroy Vecna, but also Vecna is not here, so why are they attacking the city?
And then Cass is like, it doesn't matter. This town is Vecna's. If we destroy it, this stupid loop could end, and I could be free of this idiotic dragonborn and their stupid ideas of intimidation. They lick everything. It's not scary. It's dumb. And yeah.
Have you ever been licked by a dragonborn? It's terrifying.
And Bash is just like, it's not dumb. It is scary. Nobody likes to taste bile, but if you do it, it scares people. So anyway, then their argument transfers into telepathy. So you can see Bash kind of like struggling with like thinking of things at the sword. So you guys don't have to witness me trying to have a conversation with myself.
Kind of want to.
It's so fun.
But, if you're done, that's okay. You can continue with your mind argument.
And so Bash kind of like looks at you and is like, do you think, maybe I've had this sword too long, but do you think that that's actually like an option? What if we actually destroy everything in this town so that Gratz has nothing left to play with? They're already dead? I don't know.
Well, hear me out. The enemy of our enemy is our ally. Now, we don't have to be friendly with them, but we may be able to use them. Right? Perhaps we can meet the head of the snake and convince them that they do not need to raise the city to the ground, but rather a more targeted effort against perhaps the Prince of Pleasure.
So we're talking about them raiding the temple and also
The tower.
Or the tower.
I mean, yes.
Let them be the tip of the spear.
I really just I don't want the sword's idea to be something useful, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't like it. I don't like that this thing might have a good idea.
Well, let's be honest. If the sword was not involved whatsoever, and we all talked to the orc with you, say we were there, and one of us thought, well, and had this exact idea, would you still be against it out of principle, or are you only against it because it's the sword?
Like, she like squints at you and like looks at your face for a longer second than you think, and just like, good, you're thinking for yourself. I'm proud of you. Let's go. And so Bash just like walks past you guys and is gonna start going towards to get their armor, and like, because that is important for certain things in this game, like, you know, battles or whatever. Yeah. And so while Bash is kind of like hodgepodging, putting her armor on, and like has the sword like, you know, 5 feet away from her, but not that far away, just, you know, a certain amount of distance to be safe, and it's just kind of like, okay, if this is what we're gonna do we start this now, or do we go into the woods and go down into the black market? Is that the plan? The black market?
Survey the black market and see what's going on there now. We know what's going on in the city, but we don't know what's going on behind it.
Sounds good. And so she finishes after 10 laborious minutes of just mundane conversation and dullness. She like, let's go, and we'll then follow the map to the
first symbol.
Yeah, to the crow pelican wings,
Caw.
if you will. Ka.
A caca.
That shit bird, I always knew it.
It doesn't take you long. You follow this crudely drawn map, occasionally stopping to argue about is that a tree or a flower or a bush? It's that bush, no, it's that tree over there. And what you discover is that you're being led to the front of the city, basically where the army is. And the sounds of war and fighting get louder. But here it's still quite heavily obscured. You see, phrasing, the spread eagle shaped stone.
Mm-hmm.
Figures in this goddamn town, this would be what the rock is shaped like.
The bird eagle, not the other spread eagle that you're thinking about.
All right. Sorry, Bash heard that there was a secret menu at the brothel. I'm super excited to go back. That's all. Don't worry about it.
It's okay. Yeah, there is a secret menu. You did ask him the password though, so.
I mean, I don't think either Diveris or Karn, if they knew what the password, would tell Bash what it was, because Bash would be like, "What is it though? I feel like you need to tell me what it is." Just
I feel like we need to have a conversation.
Yeah, I feel like you guys need to share all the information. We're a team. Gosh darn it.
So, and there it is. This old derelict, it's practically overgrown sewer entrance. It's not even leaking water, which shows that it's not in use.
Okay, and so Bash is like, here we are, I guess, and like squints at the thing. Now, let's go. And we'll start like, you know, trying to get things out of the way if they're in the way. And if we need a rope, we'll tie a rope, you know, whatever it is to like get down in there. Bash is gonna take the lead and be the first one down. And says to the other two, be careful. The battle's close. We don't want to let our guard down. And just like, boop, 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 boop.
Alright.
As we go down Diverse, we'll cast Disguise Self to look like the orc that had run away, but as if Mr. Burns were that orc's father.
So hunched over.
I'm Labash.
And before we continue into the depths of the sewer, once again, we're going to take a quick break.
I'm looking forward there to being more holes for me to stick my arm into. Bash is
We need
really.
to stop.
Let's go. What's in here?
It's okay,
Is it-
I have a list of other things that you can stick. Sorry, phrasing again. No, that's not what I meant. Stop it. Mine's out of the gutter, please.
Please, people. People.
What's with you today? Okay, let me just set the timer. So we will be back in 10 minutes. So that's 16:42. Go have a drink, everybody. Go stretch your legs, and we will be back for more Shadow of Vecna. See you in a minute. We are back, everybody. Thank you for waiting. I hope you got yourselves a drink. I did. So good. Okay, so
Not water.
it's not water, no. So a quick recap of what has happened. So I'm just checking on chat because I haven't looked at it for a while. Oh, it's not changed. We're good. So, thank you, Stellalina. Yes, we're good to be back. So the party interrogated the gentleman thief, Wolfgar, and found out and got a very crudely drawn map. Please hold up the map. Look, beautiful. Of an entrance of how to get to the black market. Bash interrogated one of the orc assassins that had Wolfgar and tried to flee, and then killed them once she had got all the information. And now the party is back together. The party is entering the sewers. The party is descending into the sewers. And we won't do any travelling today. We will say that you travel for about an hour and a half. It's well after lunchtime. And you come to the black market. And it's kind of like one of those large systems. So you've got pipes leading in from various directions, stairs for maintenance. And there are just kind of like stalls popped up in little archways. You know, banners are hanging. It's quite warm and cosy here. And it is busy. Full of trade, full of noise. And even though all the chaos above is happening, this place is fairly calm. Hectic, but calm. And yes, you do see that sign that says meat-free, meaty sausages.
Well, they weren't joking. This place is way busier than a secret market has any right to be, I feel. And just like Bash is looking at all the stalls.
And you see everything here, from art objects of various beautiful descriptions to arcane protection scrolls, components, exotic and wild pets, exotic and wild slaves, exotic foods.
So when you say exotic slaves,
non-humans.
Right, that's, yeah.
But you will also notice something else about this black market. Pretty much nearly, we'll say about 80% of the vendors are too non-humans.
Of what kind?
You see tieflings, you see halflings, you even see a dragonborn.
So it's not that the other races don't exist in this town, it's that they're driven underground. I hate this place even more, if that's even possible.
What if they weren't driven? What if they chose to be down here because it's easier?
What if we ask?
You're right. I'm going to walk up to the nearest booth with the tiefling.
But if I am not my assumptions, what am I? Bash says.
Someone who's learning.
Just an ass.
Both points fair. Good.
Okay, you come up to a very tall leaf, a pale green tiefling with red eyes and almost like cow horned shaped red horns. They smile at you, their teeth pointed. You see a flick. Sorry, I'm eating my own hair. As I'm trying to mimic my own tongue. You see a flick of a forked tongue. Sister, how can I help you today?
I was wondering what there is to do for people like us in Fleet. Why are you down here and not above in the city?
Have you been above? It's not
Unfortunately.
nice. This place is like paradise for us. Here a person can just be themselves, out of the eye of Vecna.
How did you find out about this place down here? I'm new and I'm looking for a place to settle.
My mother brought me here when I was young. We have an orphanage. It's where most of the plain touch end up dumped. It was not a bad living. I was given a trade. I was told I was very good at math. I am not very good at math, personally. So please do not ask me to solve an equation.
Okay.
Can I interest you in anything? And you look, and he's got various art objects for sale.
I would like to try to find a necklace.
He disappears underneath his table, brings out a tray that holds 3 different kinds of necklaces. There's a gold one with rubies, there's like a silver one with sapphires, and then there's a last one of a pinkish material with blood garnets. He picks up the gold and ruby one on a finger. He's like, this one suits your complexion most. The gold is the colour of your eyes, the red the colour of your hair. Here, try it on.
Move my hair and try it on.
He picks up a bronze dish for you to check out your reflection.
How much?
Let's see, if I didn't have a business to run, I would say it was a gift. And welcome to the Undercity. But for you, because we are kin, 50 gold.
50 gold. These sounds are canon, by the way. Something in my throat, excuse me. I actually think I have it. I'm just gonna turn around and look to Bash and be like,
And so Bash looks at the necklace and looks at all of the sort of art and stuff, jewelry that this person has display. Is it all like clearly Vecna related? So like
No.
no, okay. I just wanted to know if it was all just like jacked from up on high and brought down low to be sold to
No.
people who get lost down here and they're like, this is 100,000. It's like a little skull with a hand. It's like,
No. This seems to be made. I mean, you see some symbols here. They look like ancient versions of some modern gods that you might recognize. It's like a place that things are smuggled into the city illegally,
okay.
rather than it being stolen and brought down from high, which probably some things are.
Sorry, my family is having a crisis right at the same moment that Bash is examining this jewelry. So Bash is like, okay. Looks at Connor's like, is this something that you actually want? Because if you don't like it, it doesn't matter.
Carter's gonna look at Bash and go, I'd like to have at least one good thing to keep from this experience.
Okay. And so
It doesn't
Bash,
have to be this much. It could be something small, but
and Bash like looks in their pocket after having like thrown gold at people all the time. It's just like, how about 30? And takes out the like 30 gold pieces and is like 30 and like slaps it on the table.
You are robbing me blind. 45.
33 and like takes out 3 more and like sits down.
You. Oh, I know your kind. 40.
And since that is exactly how much Bash has in her gold pouch, takes out the other 7 and like throws it down. It's like, deal. And then spits on her hand and holds it out.
And this tiefling takes your hand heartily and shakes it vigorously. Bash, probably this is the first time you've been somewhere in this place where no one is just like staring at you. You actually feel invisible, kind of like how you would in the forest or in the smaller villages that are familiar with you.
Yeah, in the Dragon Isle, where everybody is dragonborn, where I'm from.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Which is really disconcerting because I feel like this person doesn't look scared of me and like shakes my hand, and I think Bash's shoulders sort of like slump forward a little bit, and like they're not standing as like erect as they always seem to, and they just look a little bit more tired down here.
oh no, Bash is relaxing.
Well, they did age like 30 years in like 10 seconds, like a couple hours ago. So I feel like now their bones are just like, we don't have to pretend. Let's just.
I need some comfy shoes and a seat.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Does anybody have some Crocs? Oh, jeez.
Oh no. We have to run, Bash. Hold on, let me put him in 3rd gear.
Oh no, my wool socks are getting wet in this puddle. This is terrible. How am I gonna?
How did I get this specific a sunburn?
This pattern looks weird on me. What's going on? Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
so Bash is like, well, there's that, and like turns to you and goes, make sure you put that in the bag of holding. So that I don't have to pay for it again.
I will, I promise. And they're just gonna kind of like touch it and in their brain go, this thing is probably worth 10 gold, but yeah. I'm so happy I have it right now.
I mean, Bash is not, when you look at her, she didn't know she was like, money? Okay.
No, so, it was really just, can you help me decide if I should get this or not?
Right. I didn't know what. I thought you were just like, hey, Mom, can I get this thing? And you.
It kind of was. Mom. Mom.
Yeah. Don't you have things to sell?
Do we have items that need to be sold? What do we have?
I remember a very large phoenix statue of rubies and gold.
Oh, right.
That you put in the board holding.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah. I thought we were going to put that in front of the orcs and see if they all touched it, if they would have to fight a Balrog.
I've got 7 scrolls, magical scrolls from Goodwin's house. The Life and Times of Volo, Cooking in the Wild.
Very valuable.
You keep that one.
Yeah, you're probably going to need that one.
You really are.
I'm going to re-gift it to Bash.
I mean, I think Bash has already taken it and like written in it and like corrected a bunch of shit and like crossed it out. So like you look at it and it looks nice and then you open it up and it's just like
there's little notations on everything on the sides of it. Everything.
Yeah.
I don't care what this book says. Do not eat the blue ones. They taste like feet.
Right. and in it is like written by, Scaramouche, the herbalist, and that's crossed out and it's like crackpot is written in, and then fixed by Bash is written on the title page. All right.
The
Anyway,
first edition, we're crazy.
exactly. This would actually be worth like 50,000 gold, but somebody just drew in it. I don't understand what's going on.
But yeah, we should try to hork off this statue then. Let's bring attention to ourselves.
I mean, I really.
Should we?
I feel
No, we should if we need to. That's a really good bargaining chip. It's like, oh, but I have a treasure. What kind of treasure could you have? Bam.
I mean, you just say, I have a treasure. Here, touch this. And then run. Take whatever you want and then leave. Just touch the statue. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
We also have those like gigantic harps that cause people to see everybody as their worst enemy that I still want to like make a dress out of and have Bash wear it and see what happens. Mm-hmm.
That's the tantrum. I want to make a bow with it. That way, every time I pluck the string, it's like, bing.
These are very creative ideas. What do you guys want to do?
So now that we're down,
yes, now
right.
you're down here.
I think Bash is interested in the patrons and wants to pay attention to where like the mages and the priest-looking folks are like hanging out, because we're down here. We found the entrance. Great. We know where like the orcs come in, and we know one of the things, but we don't know exactly why everybody is hanging out down here, other than that it has the coolest people, because we're down here, and everybody that looks like us is down here.
Okay, so you spent some time walking around the market. Yes, you can. Didn't you see me light up? Okay. Here, just to make you comfortable. So you've been walking around this.
Now I need some. Hold on. Yeah, see?
Gabe is stressful.
Alright, that sounds getting comfortable. So, you've been walking around this market. Taking in the sights, the sounds. This place, when you were up on the surface and from what you've taken in from the docks, the barracks, everything is very regimented, everything is very particular. There is a very clear hierarchy and everyone has their place and they do their job. Down here, it is almost like life. There is laughter, there is children playing, there are people arguing with their hands, practically. The food is alight with rich, exotic smells of street vendors cooking their food and selling it. And from the mages and priests that you see here, you see the mages go and they seem to be getting... some of them go to buy components. Some of them go to forbidden books, which is mostly pornography, by the way. And... you kind of just see that there's just this air of relax. Like, even though there's no plant life down here, even though there's no... it's not clean, it's kind of like really dirty and gritty. Kind of think like... am I thinking of Logan's Run? Where you have like... the people who are young forever and then they get reborn. And then you have like the gritty undercity where everyone's like... yeah, it's like that. It's just people here can be themselves. And no one cares that there's a Dragonborn. No one cares that there are tieflings. People are just relaxed and free. The air of oppression from the surface is not here.
So does anybody run Bartertown?
Just from walking around in it?
Yeah.
It's very strange. There's no guard presence. There's obviously, some henchmen that probably look like they're up for hire.
Right.
But, there's not like one person sitting on a throne overseeing it all.
Isn't around?
Yeah,
okay.
On their abacus counting their piles of money. That's not obviously clear.
Okay. Because this looks like a sweet secondary army that we could just give us all their sweet loot and then... Anyway, so Bash is just looking around at all of this and is like, okay, we've found the market. What were we gonna do here, other than it? This was an entrance out into the forest, which we have found.
If we can figure out why more people are coming down here and what they're getting, but we acquire it first, we'll hold bargaining chips.
Yes, if we start our own day trading, it's a good idea.
Or at
Also,
least just block them from getting it. And they don't have certain things they need.
why is this place not overrun by orcs?
We have to see it. There's a presence of authority here. We just have to find it.
Are there actually any orcs around? They're not like wandering through here. I mean, that are part of the war band. Not like regular
No,
orcmen.
you don't see any orcs at the moment.
Okay.
Everyone down here is like, do they not know what's happening above them?
Well, that's a good question to ask. And so, random person hanging out at a stall selling whatever, Bash kind of like approaches them in a very direct way and is like, do you people know about the war on this town?
You approach a stereotypical dwarf, so I'm going to attempt a Scottish accent.
Ooh.
Aye, laddie. Okay.
So, I mean, not to be rude, but it's not a lad. I prefer. Anyway, what I'm saying.
Apologies, miss. Miss.
It's all right. What do you do down here when there's an attack of this nature? Just keep hawking wares?
Well, you see, up top they don't really bother us. Like a couple of times we've had the guard come in and clear us out, but we just dive down to the rat holes.
And so let everybody on the surface burn as long as you're safe.
Well, who's gonna come down the sewers looking for us? So they'll burn. We'll come up when the dust settles.
Without a large portion of your clientele alive.
Well, we're not exactly poor down here. I mean...
Okay. That's fine. Have you seen a large group of orcs down here trying to, I don't know, ruin Vecna's life?
It's funny that you should mention orcs. About a fortnight ago, there was kind of like a tribe of them that came on through, and they gave old Cassandra a right hell, but she tossed them out. She doesn't like rudeness.
I should probably never talk to this person. Who? The accent actually did throw me off enough to not be able to hear the name.
Cassandra.
Sorry.
Cassandra.
Okay, I got you. And so, Bash is like, Cassandra, is that the matron of your fantastic marketplace here?
Oh, aye. She stops, collects the taxes, supports the orphanage.
Right, improves the roads and cleans up after you and makes sure that everyone's safe. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So, I'm just curious. Why is it that mages are always so horny? They just always buy porn? Every academy I've ever been to, it's like, I like to cast magic spells. Also, look at the bazoombas on this. Ho, ho, ho. You know what I mean? You know what I mean.
I think it's because they have an anti-fraternizing rule.
Oh, yeah. I never understood those kinds of rules. Look, there's fluid always regenerates. You don't need to save it up for spells. You know what I mean?
But
anyway.
maybe that's why they're so grumpy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
And
They
everyone,
also have
and everyone kind of looks
really
into
weird.
Varys.
Yeah, I mean, Bash kind of like looks at Diveris, who's like, going,
Varys is really only 32. This is just pent up energy.
"It's for my magic."
Basically.
They're out to
You guys are
get
too
my.
much.
Oh no! All right. Anyway, how I learned to love the spells. All right. So she thanks the dwarf and like moves on, and is gonna sort of ask as like a passing like, "Where's Cassandra?" I just would like to have a few words.
He points. Now, remember I talked about all the different layers, walkways, steps, maintenance, archways. He points to possibly the least, but also the most impressive part of the thing. It's up to the right. There's like hanging drapes, and you just kind of see an old woman. She's surrounded by strapping, gorgeous henchmen of various sexes. And she seems to have one of those old-fashioned calculators, but you know, the big stream coming out. And she types in someone, she cranks. Someone holds up a ledger. She types in
Yeah, I was
someone,
thinking
she
an
cranks.
abacus.
Yeah,
No,
one of those
no.
old-fashioned mechanical.
No. You will notice that Cassandra is a gnome.
Where's Arafor at? Arafor, go up there and talk to her in the gnome language of your people, which is evidently math. I don't know.
I speak gnome.
Well, good. She doesn't like rudeness, so I'm not going to introduce us. You can. And so, like, pushes you and Arafor, like, forward. Go ahead. Let's find out what we need about this place and how we can use it to our advantage, one way or the other.
Okay. Gonna step forward when we go up there and kind of just she's alone. There's none of her henchmen are around.
She's completely surrounded. And as you approach, one of them does do that whole
Hey, we're here.
yeah.
Okay. Karn turns around and faces you guys and goes, and you see her like visibly gulp, and then just kind of breathe, and just right here is like, I'm like, Gianna flush her hair out and shows her new necklace and turns around and looks up at the guard, who I'm assuming is taller than them, and goes, in Gnomish, this goes, hello, we are new. We are here to show reverence and say hello to the authority and request an audience. I would say it loud enough that she hears me in her language, but like sees it coming out of me.
Watch out, this is going to be the one gnome that doesn't actually know Gnomish because they were in an orphanage. They'll be like, nobody knows that language around here. We only...
You hear, Gallathan, you old fool, get out the way. They want to pay homage to me. Come through, dearie, come through. I've got 10 minutes, let's get a good look at you. And she adjusts, she's got like bottle glasses, her eyes are huge, they're green by the way. Her hair, you used to be able to tell was red. But it's mostly white now, apart from a couple of red streaks. She adjusts her glasses. Come closer, darling. Come closer.
And I step closer, but still like 5 feet from her, and
She
kind of stand
reaches
there.
out her hands.
Give them to her palm up.
She pulls you in. She takes hold of your face. She's
Just like mom.
Tiefling.
She kind of smiles, and like her gold freckles sort of catch the light in certain places when you move her face.
Ooh, pretty tiefling. There we go. I've had a good look at you. How? I know everybody here. I don't know you. New?
Weird.
Suppose? Escape slave? Did the brothel bring you in? I've heard every story, darling.
No, ma'am. Actually, we are here. I'm free. I'm not tied to anybody. I am my own tiefling, and this is my brother, and that's my Bash and our Diveris.
She bends round, she practically gets up on her table. She looks at you. Come closer. Don't stand there loitering. What, were you born in a barn? Come say hello. Telephone, go get them some drink.
I'll approach.
You see the strapping elf that blocked your way previously. His name is Dalathan. Disappear behind a curtain. So what can old Cassandra do for you? Everybody wants something. Go on, tell me what it is you want.
Well, first, we want to say how much and how lovely Bartertown is, and how lovely you are, and we simply would like some information.
Information usually comes at a price here, love. But
Understood. Respected.
I like your face a lot. So, because you're new, I'll do something for you, and maybe you do something for me. Do we have a deal?
We have a negotiation in play.
I like you. Smart and pretty. Double threat. She nudges a red tiefling next to her. She holds down a book. She reads it briefly, clacks something, cranks it.
I love it. Are you aware of what's happening above in the city?
Yeah. Nasty business. Although my last little birdie just came down to tell me that the walls are still being held. Although they did break the mechanisms of the east and west gate, so they couldn't be entered. They're literally just holding the north gate now, which is good. It's very good.
We were wondering if you have had a boon in customers down here recently.
Oh, yeah, about a month ago. It's only getting really busy. That's how we knew about the war, you see. We prepared for it. We started getting refugees from other cities.
About how long ago?
A month. 4 weeks. 28 days.
We are looking for a certain type that would have been coming down here. We represent prevention for disasters such as these, and we just want to make sure everybody stays safe, that something like this doesn't happen in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything, if we could have a repartee with you in order to keep tabs on people and wares and comings and goings above and below, how would we go about reaching that agreement?
Oh, darling, you're asking for my most valuable resource.
and I'm hoping to offer some of mine in return.
What you got? Let me have a look.
Well, we barter in the same kind of wares. Information. I'm very good at getting it.
I don't need another little bird, my love. I got
Maybe
plenty of
not.
those.
Little birds, yes. But those are little birds that you've dealt with before. You know those little birds. I'm not a bird. I'm more of a I'm more of a fox.
Oh, foxes are sly. Foxes are cunning.
Foxes know how to get what they want, like information your little birds can't simply come across.
There's very little that happens in this city that I don't know about, darling. Except
Do you
for
know the
what?
com-
Except. There
Do you
is
know the
one.
comings and goings of the pleasure castle?
Oh yeah, the one above and the one below.
And who runs them?
Mm-hmm. I could name
how they-
every member in this city.
And who they all bow to, of course.
Oh yes. If I was a younger woman. But there is one thing that I don't know. And I don't have a list yet.
You broke out a little.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in that bloody vault of those mages. I know they got some real nice stuff in there. If you could make me a list of that, I would give you my entire library. And she takes hold of your face again, and she directs it to the curtain. And the red tiefling pulls the curtain back, and it is just miles of rolled up paper and scrolls. And it's a big library. She turns to face you.
We're gonna smile sweetly, turn back to Diveris and Bash, and go, I have to gather my information, but I'm sure we can come to an acceptable agreement on that.
Well, you said you're a fox. Fine. Take your little bushy tail. But, no. And Dalathan comes back and big frosty ales. I can't set you off hungry. What kind of hostess would I be? She put down, she picks up a mug of ale herself and she drinks and she's like, shall we drink on it?
I'm a sniff it. Like, not obviously, but I'm sniff it.
I need you to roll a sleight of hand.
Okay.
Against her passive.
Japan, ooh, pretty good at that. I actually got a thing to roll on and everything.
Leave that dice alone. Ziggy.
I rolled a base 19 plus 3, 19, 20, 21, 22.
You can sniff it. It smells like it's made out of pears. You don't smell anything foreign that shouldn't be there. Nothing sour or...
No smell of almonds or anything of the like.
No smell of almonds.
Okay. Does it smell like it's alcohol though?
Yes, it is.
There's a first time for everything for kind. It's just like coffee, like just about as much as they took. I'm not gonna like chug it or nothing. Just
She chugs it.
oh, whew. Never mind. Glug, 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 glug.
Come on, what about the other two of you? Don't be rude. It's rude to not take a drink when it's offered.
Right? And I'm going to like finish my check and then place it on the table and go, yeah.
Just imagine a really big
Air
book.
Force just like,
I mean, yeah, Bash will take it and then just sort of like do that weird thing that when people chug stuff where you think they should probably need to breathe, but they haven't yet, and they're just like, well. And this is just the way she just drinks the whole thing like that. It's just like it's very uncomfortable looking.
Diverse.
we're all going to die. I mean, this is delicious.
I mean, if we die, we just come back. We're not still poisoned, so.
I
You're okay.
Although I'll have to buy that goddamn necklace again because you didn't put it in the bag of holding yet. But whatever. Anyway.
I feel my throat closing. I'll tear it off and shove it in every
Exactly. As the last act of somebody dying of poison, you definitely were like, 40 gold, must save it.
Guys, I need you all to pay attention to the back of the room, because all of a sudden you hear a scream, a shout. Cassandra pushes you aside. It's almost like a wave, a crush of people trying to flee for their lives. As you notice that from several entrances at the back is a flood of the orcs.
Man, I thought you were going to say as of water. I was like, God damn it. All right. So, the Bash, who has been like silent this whole time and letting Karn talk, pushes Cassandra behind her, or gets in front of her without trying to touch her. She's not going to try and like bodily move her because then she'll get stabbed by like 15 strapping, young, sexy things. Bash says, "Get your people out of here," and we'll like jump down and walk towards whatever horde, like the closest entrance that the horde is coming out of, to try and like protect the fleeing people.
Do you still have your mastiff with you as well?
I don't, I'm not that familiar with the spell. I'm not
As soon as it's not a concentration. As soon as it's up, the creature is up unless you dismiss it or it dies.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, no, I mean, the warg, mastiff, whatever you want to call it, yeah, will like wade through with me. I'm not gonna, I mean, I guess I could ride it if it's large. So yeah, no, I think, yeah. Zabrinth is by their side, and so Bash leaps onto their back, grabs some of their hackles, and just like,
Yeah.
is getting people out of the way, trying to get to the horde so that they can flee. So the other people can flee, not Bash.
What are the rest of you doing?
What's Cassandra doing? Like, sees them, sees Bash, jumps on Mastiff, goes down, get your people out of here. What have they started to do?
Well, she's handed over her machine and her notes. You see some of them draw weapons. They bring over a really big box for her. And then you kind of see the library go into lockdown. She opens the box. She brings out a long, elongated tube with a large, round hole on the end. And this thing is about 5 feet long, so it has a stand on the end.
Mega blunderbuss.
That's that sniper rifle shit / cannon / gnomes are cool.
Exactly.
Gnome, sweet gnome.
And yes, you see her posse. One loads it, seems to be loading it up with ball bearings and powder of a very eggy smell. The other is holding up and fixing the brace because it's very long. And the other one is attaching a very large eyepiece with a very crudely cross carved into it.
I love how it like in no way will help her aim because she's so blind. But there's just like this giant crush. She's like, "Yes, of course, this is the way it goes." Ha ha!
I'm enamored, I will say.
We must save her and protect her from everything that will harm her. I agree
Did
with.
I notice how she started the lockdown? If it was a
Yeah,
button or
yeah,
anything
yeah.
like
I
that.
mean, it was almost kind of like simultaneously. Like, there's about 15 people that serve her, and they all kind of know what to do. So there are 4 helping her with this weapon, and then the rest, there's a couple that have gone to guard the stairs. And the rest have like started gathering up all the information and books that are around her, and started looking down the library.
Okay. I want to take note of it so next time we come into, you know, contact with them, it's like that bit of information we shouldn't know, but we know.
Okay.
You mean when we get the list from the tower and bring it to her, and she's like, "There's something I need." And we're like, "Hello, we have this list."
Ha ha.
How did we know? It's magic.
No, but other than that, I think I'm just gonna prepare my whip and kind of look over to Diverse and Aircore and say, we can either go now or we can stay up here and help protect her.
I don't think there's getting any out of this one. And I'm just going to refill my pipe.
Perfect. Man, I really, yeah. The next character I have is definitely going to have like a smoking. I'm going to just have to buy some cigars and just carry them around. Be like, all right, here we go. He's just like chomping on shit. Well, I also have like a terrible oral fixation, but whatever. That's not important. Okay, so yes, what happens, DM? Good DM, fairest of all DMs, who controls hordes and hordes of orcs about to be our friends.
They're coming for their birthday party. They thought they were late.
Hey, everyone's coming to check out stuff from the library. It's about learning and experiencing life together.
Fun's not hard when you have a library card.
It's really down to you, dear players. For if you wish to start fighting them, you can. Or if you would like to try something else, you can attempt that as well.
I mean, to be clear, Bash is not running gung-ho into them to like try and slaughter as many of them as she can. She's like trying to make sure that the people that are fleeing are getting away. So it's a lot of harrying tactics and trying to. So it's, if any of you have a better idea of what we should do, please let Bash know, because right now Bash's instinct is protect. Yeah.
I protect. I attack.
How familiar is Diveris with the god that they follow, Grumsh?
Buy me a history check or a religion check. I will allow it either.
Come on. 18 actually.
Very good.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay. I will conjure up the image of Grumsh in my mind and then extend my hand to the middle of Bartertown, and I will major illusion an image of Grumsh rising up out of the ground with a bellowing voice that just goes, "Stop now."
Okay, I'm just gonna do one roll for this. Where is my leader stats for this group?
Also, is that how you say that name? Groomsh? Okay.
I would say in fantasy, I'm happy.
Okay. I always say Grummish.
Yeah, Grummish.
Yeah.
Grumsh. I've heard
I
a few.
have no idea.
But it's fantasy. It doesn't
Fantasy
matter.
names always look. I used to call Terry Brooks' series The Sword of Shannara like Shan Ra Ra when I was a kid. I was like, I need another Shan Ra Ra book, and they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, it's got a lot of N's and R's, and I figured that's how you said that. It's not.
Shinranra.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Okay. Every orc in this horde has stopped.
The pipe falls out of Diveris's mouth.
Bash is like mid swing and like cleaves one of them in the face, and then just like looks around and everyone has stopped. And the fuck?
Con, now what? A bit panicked.
What? Who told you to dishonor me this way? Who told you to dishonor me this way?
Wait. I look at Cassandra. Cassandra, I have an army for you. Did she say anything?
She excellence.
What am I supposed to do with an army? What do you want me to do with an army? What can I do with an army?
We can go figure out what's in that vault with this army, probably.
She can't.
Oh wait, Bash is not there. Bash is somewhere else. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yes.
We've already talked about this plan. We could figure out what's in that vault with this army.
And then
Oh, the meta. Oh. I allow it.
Through the voice of Grunch, Diverse will say, "The heart of Vecna is in the mage's tower. Let us go rent it from its chest." And kind of give like a charging motion, like to the surface.
Yeah.
I really hope that Karn's is that like sad. It sound yeah. You got it, Orc. Do it. Yeah.
Car's gonna throw a rock at you. You don't know why. You don't know where it's coming from. There's this little dink in the back of your head. You just look up and they're like,
How dare you bleed character and person together? That is so rude.
I don't know. Car's had some resentment lately.
Okay, fine. That's fine. Continue. I apologize for the interruption.
Diveris. Roll me a persuasion check, please.
Oh.
Sure.
We'll only do one.
And Arafor gives you guidance.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
every
Arafor does give you guidance.
It's a D4.
Mm-hmm.
I cast guidance. It's for airport.
It was perfect. That was the perfect Arafor. I loved it.
A total of 15.
I rolled a 1.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay, I didn't plan for this.
Let me mute myself.
Really? You didn't
See
plan
this
for
coming.
a god to drop into the middle of an army and control it with its very whim?
I'm gonna slowly start impersonating every guy.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, it's me.
Saren Ray.
Look, I'm Zeus. I'm not even in the right pantheon, but who cares? I'm a god. We believe.
Remember Saren Ray being so sickly.
Why are you so hunched? I feel like you need. Look, chiropractic might not be the best solution, but you could have somebody maybe karate chop you with the back.
My spine would snap like a dried up rubber band.
Oh God, what an awful image. Okay, anyway, Bash rides the wave of orcs like a steed to the... No,
Stand on top of them and they sit crowd
Crowd
surfing.
surfing.
I'm just crowd surfing to the... Ah, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da. All right,
What's wrong with us today?
I don't know.
You
It's...
guys are in a weird mood, I do notice.
All right, I apologize.
You've met Cassandra, you've downed this drink, and now you're all suddenly really hyper.
I'm fucking wasted. That is the first thing Bash has had to drink in a long time.
This is panic energy.
Yeah, I agree.
Doki doki panic, man.
Yep. This is manic. This is mania for sure.
This is a cornered raccoon. Desperate's last attempt.
It worked.
Oh, okay. What happens?
So this army
Yeah, I'm curious.
bows to their great gods, turns tail, and begins climbing up the stairs in ordered, calm fashion to what you assume is the surface. No one is in any trouble. No one is being cut down. And because I didn't foresee this coming, it is here that we're going to end our session.
Whoops.
I mean, all that needs to happen is the clock dings like 6 o'clock and we all restart.
No,
and then
it's not 6 o'clock though.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say it could be wink, wink.
I know it could be, but it's not. It's quite unfair.
Okay.
You would lose hours. Yeah, and I won't do you that
I
bad.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Nice use of major image and then also rolling high. Good job,
Yeah, definitely.
illusionist.
MVP of this episode.
I'm good at one thing and one thing only.
It's
Fucking
this.
chaos and throwing the DM off.
Oh god, I can't wait to watch this back and just see the oh shit in my eyes and then see me doing the math like
If you slow it down, you can see the moment their heart breaks.
it's like, oh no, what do I do?
Oh, poor Millhouse or Ralph.
It was Millhouse. It was Millhouse.
No, it wasn't. It was Ralph.
It was Ralph.
It was Ralph.
It was Ralph.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
during the
yeah.
Valentine's Day
Yeah.
episode.
Exactly.
Yeah. I choose you.
Choose you.
There's a picture of a
Okay,
train.
calm down, my manic players. Clearly, we're gonna have to do quite a wind down today. I'd like to thank everyone that has tuned in today. Thank you so much for tuning into the Greyhawk channel. Stay tuned, because later today we've got lots and lots of other Greyhawk goodies. Unfortunately, I had a massive PC failure last week and I haven't got all my files, so I can't instruct you on what awesome shows are coming, but when we go offline, our offline screen is the schedule for the rest of the summer games, and there are so many games pretty much every day here at the Greyhawk channel. So we're going to quickly go round and everyone's going to tell you who they are, where you can find them elsewhere if you want to watch them elsewhere, and the last person that touches their nose is going to go, and it is funny.
Hi. I'm Bunny. I play Karn, our lovely, confused, and sometimes sly tiefling. When I'm not here on Wednesdays, on Saturdays and Sundays, I'm over on the Gold Heart channel. Not this week, but next week, around 2 o'clock both days. I'll be in Waterdeep Dragon Heist on Saturday and Pan Dimensionals on Sunday. Other than that, you can find me on Twitter at Honeybuns and on Twitch at BattlescarBunny, where I'm still going through The Walking Dead, and we shall be finishing Season 2 and starting Season 3. Season 3.
Awesome.
Check it out.
Awesome. And once again, the last person to touch their nose. Diverse.
You just gave the
My nose is far too long. I'm Mike. I play Diveris here, and I also play him on my own stream, Legends Die Live, where he is an NPC. If you are interested in checking us out, it's Legends Die Live, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all the places.
Excellent. Bash.
Yes, hello. I am definitely not manic and instead very calm and in control of all of my faculties. My name is Ran. You can find me at Shelve the Books on Twitter, where I rant about things like D&D not being the only system that you can play, and also about mental breakdowns that have nothing to do with mania. If you would like to watch somebody stream great games such as D&D and, whatever else they feel like, variety streamers randomly generated, JENN generated, and roseartemis.tv both have fantastic streams and deserve you to follow and subscribe if you feel like it. I would like to thank everybody for being calm, relaxed, and enjoying our session today, because definitely not mania has taken over plenty of places, but not my brain and not our DM's head. Thank you very much.
Did you just turn into Bob Ross?
Yeah, I know, right?
And now what we're going to do is create some clouds that don't have to be perfect, because every imperfection turns into its own perfection. Am I right? I am right. Remember, you can't be perfect, but practice makes permanent, people. I love you. I love you a lot. And you matter. And believe Black trans women. Thank you.
Oh yes, our message of the day. We haven't done that one today. So I am your DM, Leonie, also known as Glus and Gadgets on the interwebs. You can find me on any social media. If you're wondering why I'm wearing giant gold horns, it is because I am the Great Golden Antler Stag of Gold Heart Gaming. I run all the shows, I am a DM over there, and I am also a player. I have some exciting news. We only have 2 more sessions left of Shadow of Vecna, but we will be back on the Greyhawk channel in winter, and I have 2 slots available if you would like to come join us. If you want to do that, you should join the Greyhawk channel Discord and follow us on Twitter and fill out the little form and say, I want to play with DM Leonie, because she's awesome and these people are hilarious and I want to get involved in that. And yes, as I said, when I am not here, I am the Great Golden Stag of Gold Heart Gaming. You can see me in chatting away. And there is one more session, I do believe, of Ghosts of Saltmarsh, which is here on Fridays on the the Greyhawk channel, because that's what we're on right now. And I'd like to thank everybody that followed and subscribed. We're only a few followers away from our summer follower goals. It's too small on my screen. Let me just switch to OBS. What's it say here? 393. We are only 7. I got there at the end. 7 people away from our goal. So if you haven't followed yet and you want to, do, because there are so many great DMs and so many great shows here. And it's worth following. It's a lovely place. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't. So with that, I wish you good day or good night or good morning, no matter where you are in the world. And until next time, stay out the shadow of Vecna. We'll see you soon.